Hello and welcome to Sovereign Syndicate. This is a very deep RPG that instead of using dice, uses tarot cards. And this is definitely something for those of you that really love RPGs. And I'm talking about things like Disco Elysium and various other CRPGs. I'm actually not entirely sure if it's a CRPG or, well, if that's the right term to call it, but I would highly recommend checking this out. This is literally made by a small studio, and you know how it is with indie developers. We need to support these people as much as we possibly can. There is a link in the description if you want to check out the game. Let's start a new one and actually see what's going on here. This is the first time I've actually booted up the game as well, because I obviously want to experience everything for the first time alongside you. I think that's the most incredibly organic way of doing things. And as you can see, we have chapter 1 here. Follow Atticus daily as he explores the seedy underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. Alright, so we can now choose an archetype selection. So Atticus is a prisoner to the voices in his mind, giving in to his vices, surrendering to base urges, or being forced to reflect on a life gone wrong. Which voice speaks loudest? And then we can choose between animal instinct, spryness, and wit. Alright, well, I actually don't know, to be honest. I think I'm probably going to go for maybe wit. I don't know. What does this actually do for me? Wit relies on facts and cerebral labor to make sense of the world. Tap into your intelligence and learn from your past experiences. An informed mind sheds light on London's troubled surfaces. Alright, so that's basically, he meets challenges with a silver tongue and understands basic machinery. So in other words, that's kind of like the persuasion sort of thing, maybe? Self-discipline, as you can see right here, is illusory magic, and he moderates his urges and keeps a cool head. I think self-discipline could be really, really useful here, but I'm gonna go for wit, just purely for the fact that I think it might be fun to have a silver tongue here. And we are gonna be having the Hermit as the major arcana. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. A dark shape looms over you. Against the guttering lamplight, the black-shadowed form hovers unsteadily like a cutout in a magic lantern. You can't be sure whether it's a real, living thing, or another grim manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush you appear to have survived. Or is it the face of death come to claim you? In any case, the spectre seems to be in no hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your gin-addled brain. Now you recall why you're here. You chose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, if this apparition isn't the angel of death, then even at suicide, you have failed. Atticus, he's coming. Wake up. Get out of my head, you old crone. Atticus daily. Nothing but a dark silhouette for a face. No, it's a mask. Self-reflection. His voice is cold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door, concealing his identity, no doubt. And we are going to try to speak. As you can see, we need a 2. This is a very easy skill check. Thankfully, we actually have, I think 15, yes, 15 in self-discipline. So that's great. And there's success. Great. Wonderful. Who are you? Instead of a response, he proffers me a tin-stippled flask. A small kindness, self-reflection. I'm gonna wave it off. Very well then, suit yourself. Stowing the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light of the gas lamps. I can finally see his features in full. He wears a brass-buttoned traveling waistcoat complete with a scarlet hood and a mask of ornate gold panels. It glitters in the gaslight, delicately crafted. Finery like I've never seen. On your feet now, you sorry sight. Dizzy from the head rush, it's hard to keep my balance. Who are you, and what do you want with me? A friend in need of your services. A friend, but a man of his station so deep in the docklands spells trouble. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I need a moment to get my bearings. Fair enough, but I'll be watching. The stranger pulls back his waistcoat, showing off a gilded flintlock pistol. Over the years, many a minge bag have come to collect. This balmy naff is no different. And by the way, if you are not entirely sure what any of these terms mean, I'm pretty sure you can just, as you can see, mouse over them. So for example, balmy means unstable or mentally unwell. Naff means a contemptible person or anyone lacking in taste or style. And minge bag, well, as you can quite clearly tell, is a despicable person. So many outstanding debts and foregone second chances. Is it all catching up to me? Alright, so we can go for weary or worse, no matter. Let it be tonight then. Or he can try like all the others, but none have yet succeeded. Let it be tonight then. Temperament is a representation of your character's mental state, progressing from desperate, weary, content, optimistic, to hopeful. Your choices can change your character's temperament. Certain dialogue choices are only available based on your temperament score. Okay, so that's very cool. So we lost 5 hope there. Oh dear. That's probably not the best idea. Come now, surely things aren't so dire. It's up to me, seeing every impulse to an outcome, snuffing out the pleasures of life, should I so desire. Alright, well, I'm going to probably use wit here. Can't hardly focus on pleasure in such a state. There are far too many voices in my head. Then we're going to get +1 black bile. Don't know what that means, but we'll find out. You might escape that stranger behind that padlocked door. The voices, on the other hand, are another matter entirely. Alright, and now we can move around. As you can quite clearly tell, we can move around and we can have a look at areas of interest. Explore the world around you to discover helpful items on your journey. East London hides many secrets, and tab is the button to press. So we have a cane sword here. An evening cane concealing a steel blade in a cherry wood sheath. Below the brass figurehead is a band of crushed velvet. Battle-scarred with a well-worn handle. And suitable in aristocratic circles. Take the cane with you. There we go. I should really keep better track of my belongings, even on a gin bender. Alright, and we've got a newspaper here as well. The Illustrated London News, this week's edition. A fleet-footed journalist takes to the East End, underground and undercover, the hard-boiled scoop on the courtesan killer, who's really behind the murders, and what is Scotland Yard still hiding from the public. Read on for the gory details. This story will boil your blood. Let's ponder the news. Your inner voices are at odds. When you choose one voice over another, this changes the balance of your humors. Over time, these voices become stronger. Hazards of the job, I suppose. But it's a shame. No one deserves to die like that. Well, that's true, and I've kept their company before. It could have been an acquaintance of mine. Ariana? It's entirely possible. Dolly's being hunted. It is rather curious. We're going to investigate the murders, of course. I'm no police special, but I'll see what I can find. A police special is a detective or special investigator, as you might expect. Alright, so we've got liquor bottles here. I don't think I really need these, to be honest, but it might be interesting to interact with them nevertheless. Anyway, Geneva, Rotgut, and dry gin bottles are strewn about, broken and empty. Wager those are remnants of a day drowned in sorrow. Feels like ages ago. What's left of my stash? It's worth a closer look. Look through the bottles. Okay, so I need a 2 to succeed. I'm probably pretty sure that we're going to be fine, but we'll see. To make a skill check, you will draw a card from one of the 4 minor arcana decks. Each deck contains cards numbered from 1, the ace, to 14, the king. They also contain the world, which will always succeed a skill check, and the fool, which will always fail, and then reshuffle the deck. Alright, there we go, we got it. We got a 4 of 1s. That was just about making it, actually, because we needed a 2. And there we go. Aha! Saving the best for last. A bottle of Old Tom. Alright, so we added that to our inventory as well. So basically what I can do now is I can go behind the padlocked door, I assume. There's actually a herring basket up there. Let's see what's going on here. A heavy door that's blocking my escape from the stranger. There's an oxidized chain and a padlock over the hasp. A hasp is a hinged metal plate that fastens a door, fitted with a metal loop for a padlock. Should be a soft job so long as this lock isn't rusted through. Alright, so we could do... Oh no, that's not going to work. Likely skill check. Okay, we're going to need a 5. We're going to need a 5. Let's do it. Let's break the damn thing. Oh, we failed. No, I only needed a 5 and I got a 4. Oh, that's sad. Blast. I've got it open, but I've done myself a mischief and I've hurt myself. As you can see, we actually lost 5 hope and we got some yellow bile there. Not too sure what the yellow bile does. Anyway, skinned my knuckles is all, but I don't imagine that lock can ever be used again either. I wonder where this passage goes. Away from that stranger is enough for me. Alright, let's enter the warehouse. I could technically have faced the stranger, actually. Maybe it would have been a good idea to face the stranger. I don't know, but let's see where we go now. This is interesting because as I say, I have never played this before. This is all completely new. I wonder what kind of routes we can take towards, you know, the inevitable conclusion of me dying very, very gruesomely. I'm pretty sure I will die at some point. Anyway, the passage is lined with stone walls, damp from the evening fog and the underground steam boiler used to heat the tenements above. Barrels line the walls and seem to occupy every available space in this underground storeroom. Cane rats scurry and squeak in the corners, kneading at their nests. The air is stagnant, full of dust and mold. A ways off, there's the sound of a pump house at work, no doubt channeling sewage into the Thames. There's a dim light ahead. Perhaps you can find help, or at least a way out of the stranger's grasp. Alright, so as you can see right here, it's actually quite interesting because basically it says on the quest, The Masked Stranger, it says face the stranger or find sanctuary. So we could have decided on one way or another. We could have done whatever we wanted to do. But, oh well, never mind. On your guard now, no telling what's down here. I've seen the worst of the underground in my days. If trouble comes, I've got my blade and a silver tongue. Alright, so now we just need to find a way out. Okay, this is going to be very interesting because obviously I am now deciding to run away from the stranger rather than talk to him. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right... I don't know whether that's the right call, to be honest. A 30-something cove, writhing on the cobbles, must have had his fill. Cove means a man. If he was on guard, easy now to get by him. Or bash his head in, might be safer that way. But he's only shickered beyond reason. Besides, maybe I know him. I'm gonna do wit. Shickered is drunk, of course. Can't remember his face, but that's one thundering night terror he's having. Anything in his pockets? Ooh, that's an unlikely skill check right there. Obviously, if we'd chosen the archetype that gave us more spryness at the beginning, we probably could have done this, but I'm going to do self-discipline. And I'm going to say, on second thought, I've been there. Wouldn't want my pockets picked while I'm sleeping off a bender. There we go. He's a gin bibber like me, we're of a piece. I won't pick a pocket that's cut from the same cloth, and there's bound to be something else nearby, free for the taking. Alright, so we have a wooden coffer right here as well. So let's have a look. Red cedar paneled and cornered with iron, a sturdy but time-worn container. No need to break into everything. What am I? Minotaur or magpie? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so this is actually an easy skill check. Could potentially get into it. Rooting in rubbish with hopes for a little tin, just like my scavenging days. I'm going to use my animal instinct to try and get past this. There we go. We actually managed it this time around. There we go. Bully, that felt right. It's been too long since I broke something. And there's only that gin bibber who might have heard the noise, but he's too blotto to pay us any mind. Blotto means excessively drunk. And what great treasure is this? Trousers with a bib sewn across and a pulley zipper fastening. The head torch runs on a copper coil battery. There's boots and breeches, and the waistcoat has enough pockets to carry a dining set. To be sure, it's a sandhog uniform, a construction worker in the underground tunnels. Try it on. So what if I tear the seams? It's not like someone's missing this pile of rags. The shoulder flaps will have to hang loose, my chest being too wide to snap the buttons down the placket. Alright, self-discipline. Force it? Shall we force it? Let's try and force it for fun. Oh yeah, we succeeded. Nice. Just about. Look at that. Alright, just gotta force it. Emptying my lungs, I abandoned the brass buttons, reaching instead for the torso belts. They fasten at the very last punch hole. And there we go, we added the sandhog uniform to our inventory. This could be a sign to lay off the swill a while. Aye, maybe so. The source of many troubles. I could start with one less drink a day. Let's do that. Cut back on your drinking. One less a day, I can handle that. Don't be so sure. The naysayers will gab as they please, but I'm ready to change. Gab is indeed talking. That's enough maundering, get on with it. To talk in a foolish or meaningless way. Not exactly worthy of Petticoat Lane, but in the shadows, it should do the trick. Alright, so now do we look different? That's hilarious. Okay, so there's a manhole cover here, not sure what this is all about. A disc of wrought iron loosened by a crack. Could be somebody's hiding place. Aye, but the cover's bull heavy. Okay, so we can actually try. Ooh, no way, not in a million years. Better off finding a tool to get this open. I'm not going to do that right now. That's a 14% chance. Never in a million years will I be able to do that. A length of braided horsehair, stale and hardly saleable. I can use this to get the manhole cover off. Might be able to. It's in a bad state, but it might work with a proper tie. It's brittle, but it should do the trick. I mean, I'm going to try it. I mean, we've got a bunch of other things here as well. Spare bits and bobs from a clockwork engine. I could hawk these to an engineer, gather the... Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Let's do it, let's do it. We're good. I mean, do I have space? I mean, I guess I have like a limit to what I can take in my inventory. Anyway, a battered crate, moldering in a sewer grime. Glad I have this mask on, it should keep out the dust. Smash it open, a likely skill check, so that's a 50% chance. I'm actually not gonna go. I'm not gonna go for that right now. Not gonna go for that. Is there any other like tool around here that I might be able to use? I have a cane sword, as you can see, and we got a bunch of other things. It seems like that might be the only thing that I can really do with this. So I guess we'll try to use the rope. This rope should do it. Hard skill check. Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna be extremely... No, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. It's really way too heavy for us right now, so we're just gonna move on. Watch it. There's somebody on the stairs. With that head torch, he could be on patrol. I don't suppose he takes kindly to trespassers. Okay, I don't need to hide from anyone, or he's coming double quick. Where can I hide? There's a pool of shadow at the back of this hallway. Okay. Okay, so unfortunately I'm not spry enough, or I don't have the charlatan skill to be able to do this, so we're gonna have to do the animal instinct thing here. And we might actually be able to get into a fight, I don't know. His uniform is stricken with unspeakable filth, and even with my goggles on, his head torch is blinding. He smells worse than the sewer walls. Must be a bilge man, a sewer worker. Hey-o, sand dog. presumption in his tone. Does he not care for sandhogs? I won't take it personally. I'm not a sandhog anyway. What's that, eh, Sandy? Mumbling to yourself? Did I say that out loud? At least he hasn't noticed my ill-fitting uniform. What are you doing this side of the tunnel? Shouldn't you have your head in a hole somewheres? Better lie, it's safer. I'm down here on official sandhog business. You wouldn't crib, or catch on, or understand. With a toss of his head, he laughs into his breathing tube, and the light from his head torch glances off the cobbles. Sorry there, Cove, I'm whooping at your expense, but it's just so difficult to imagine a sandpig with a delegation of duties. Drill there, drill a bit here, simple innit? You don't know the half on it. You don't know the half of it, or maybe we got off on the wrong foot. You know, I'm curious about sewer work. Do you have time for a rundown? I'm gonna actually ask him whether I can use his tool to open that manhole cover. I don't know whether he's actually gonna allow me to do this, but let's try it out, shall we? That's queer. I never knew Sandy's so curious. You sure you're a tunnel rat? Queer obviously being strange or unique, and I never knew a sandy, derogatory term for a sandhog. Yeah, so let's have a look. So what do we want? Self-discipline, spryness. Well, self-discipline is probably... Oh dear. Oh no. Let's do spryness, I guess. Blasting, that's right, blasting out the Stepney Green line. Oh no. Sounds true enough, and I couldn't be bothered to make sure. What I am sure of is war work is more pleasant than dull diggery. Wishing you no offence, of course. Now I best be going. Oh, that's a shame. Technically, I could have attacked. I guess I could have attacked, but I'm not sure if we really want to do that. That's the question. Do we really want to get into an unnecessary fight if we can avoid it? That's the thing. We don't know. A brass-banded traveling trunk with sturdy corners fit for a long voyage. It's out of place down here. There's tin inside, I'm sure of it. But the padlock has a carbon steel shackle and pin tumblers triple reinforced. Okay, unlikely or likely. Let's try the likely one. Success! Oh, we actually got it. Wow, that's pretty harsh. Channeling the sum total of my physical strength, my hammer fist thuds pitifully against the deadbolt. But at least I've asserted myself. Always good to get the blood pumping. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try to pick the lock, or we can just leave it. I think I will literally just leave it, because I don't have enough spryness right now. And this is a furnace automaton. Speak up. Who disrupts the air? Sandhog business, please clear the way. Believe me, I wouldn't hold you back. It's nice to know another workman. Then you must know of the operations down here. It's about these barrels along the walls. No doubt they're being used for smuggling. Of course I know what's going on, but since you were so slapdash to bring it up, I need to make sure you haven't been peaching. Peaching as in squealing. Oh, that's right. And fly. The name's Hera, if it helps. File any reports you might need. I'm built to improve. The letters H-E-R-A are blazoned on its chest plate. Okay, well, what about press for information? I guess we're going to press for information here. This area reeks of the dockhounds, even worse than the sulfur and bilge. What's going on? Aha! You must have noticed these barrels. They're really quite capital. The hounds are distilling their own gin from the heat off my boiler, and somehow the Shorelock tenements upstairs haven't caught on. Those people must be freezing. It's only autumn now, but it feels like midwinter. I'd rather have the extra gin. Brings down the price, and we can always deal with a little cold. A lot of my ilk came up from those tenements. I couldn't face the dockhounds alone. It's hard enough keeping my own head above water. Aye, they won't be easily swayed. Bootlegging is a regular tin press. Ask about the barrels. What else do you know about the gin barrels? The steam gets siphoned and the barrels come and go. Some are fresh and some have stood for several months, ready for a swiller or an excessive bout of drinking. The machine is keeping track. Automatic circuits indeed. When the flame is healthy, I turn my attention to the walls, and before I know it, I'm whirring away. It's a queer feeling. If the hounds are stealing steam, then it's good reason to steal some of their bootleg for myself. I'm not fit with a virtue circuit, but if you've convinced yourself, you're clear of any moral infidelity. Where would I find a barrel that's aged a few months? That's what I'm going to ask. Behind the furnace, there's something of a staging area. That's where the barrels get carried out. Have a look for yourself, but I must get back to work. Alright, so let's have a look and actually see. So, wait a minute. So behind the furnace? I'm looking behind the furnace. Wait, nope, there's one right here. Barrel of moonshine. A barrel like any other, standing up straight. Looks ready for shipping out. This will take the edge off. Tempting, but I was... oh no, actually, I was thinking of cutting back, wasn't I? Yeah, I was actually thinking of cutting back. Alright, it beggars belief. Yeah, no. I'm fine. I'm fine to go. Cut back on our drinking. Look at that. Task completed. Plus 10 hope. I almost went for it, you know. I almost went for it, but not this time. No, not this time. Okay, so we can access, well, we can access the sewers here, as you can see, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Hold fast to our sanity. Anyway, edging through the grate, you're greeted by the droning sound of rushing water and a smell that's near unbearable, hanging in the air so thick you can almost taste it. Hooves are clumsy in the dark as you stumble along the passageway, the sound of water flow and machinery echoing off the bricks from all directions. A meshing of gears that's familiar but unsettling. Following the light, you come into a torch-lit chamber, but it seems you're not alone. Notes of troubled voices peek over the noise, an air of indignance and irritation, but also of fear and desperation. Something's not right here. You've stumbled on an argument, no doubt, but worse than that is a deep foreboding. Something else shares these sewers, a deeper evil crawling through the bowels of London. And what do we have? Okay, so we got a blocked passage. I'm not going to go that way yet. I'm going to assume I need something, maybe. So I'm probably not going to interact with that at the moment. There might be something down here, or there may actually be something somewhere else that will actually help me. We're going upstairs by the looks of things. There's a wooden barrel over there as well. Hello there, Mr. Patrolman. Patrolman up ahead, don't flex a muscle. Who's that creeping in the shadow light? State your business. A Cyclops with a pike spade, standard issue for sewer work. Oi, Sandog, what's your business here? He's full of piss and vinegar, but also full of poppycock. I'll wager his authority is a claim and nothing more. Already have the stranger to worry about. Am I up to challenging this lanky bloke as well? No, I don't think so. We're gonna lie. Oh yeah, there we go. We did it. Tunnel work, nothing of import. Well, I'm the pump house captain, and this chamber's in my bailiwick, so be more specific. This is an area of expertise or jurisdiction. Excellent delivery, but he's just not buying it. Better try an honest approach. I can't lie, I'm not really a sandhog. Well, even so, if you're creeping about down here, then I must have your name and citizen number. Give him a false name, that'd shake the heat. Then again, what's another mark on my record? It's not like I ever pay the fines. Okay, we'll use wit, because I'm mostly a witty person, or shall we say my character is witty. This character has gained the charlatan trait and will now be able to select dialogue options that require it. Ooh, that's what I love. I love that. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I wanted. Because obviously, if you saw earlier on, if I had the charlatan trait, I would have been able to do something more special than, than I was able to at the time. We'll be in touch with a proper citation. Apparently this bloke's a grandee. Better get some answers while I can. He's a person of high rank or eminence. Okay, I'm going to ask about the argument. My wit has increased to level 19. Ooh, that's cool. I love that. I love it when our skills level up, especially something like wit, because that's going to make it even easier for us to lie to people, even easier for us to persuade things and situations and, push them in the direction that we want them to go in. Understood, Captain. How about that scuffle down below? Well, the tall fellow holds weight with the hounds. I shouldn't like to interfere. I'm going to ask for the way out. Surely there's a way out, perhaps toward the pump house? Off limits. Besides, she's locked down for maintenance. If I were you, I'd head up street side before the morning doves. I mean, doves, even. Right then, Captain, I'll just be on my way. The pump house captain breathes a sigh of relief, eager to get back to his patrol. Alright, so that's absolutely fine. Gonna go over to the wooden barrel here. I want to see what this is. A barrel purchased on the ledge while the argument rages. What argument? Okay, well, we can actually eavesdrop. Ah, there we go. There's actually people talking down there. I can hide up here and watch the dispute if we want to. However, this is going to be spryness, and I don't really have very good spryness. I will eavesdrop just because I want to see. You'll pad me pockets until I say die. He's hounding this poor girl for capital. Only a ladsman would stoop so slow, and if... So low. And if so, then she must be a cutpurse. A ladsman is a criminal teaching children how to steal in exchange for a cut of the profits. I'm sick of stealing, and I'm sore of begging all the more. It's shameless even. Pity, but the odds are in his favor. The poor girl's got strapping tape holding her boots together. Alright, well, let's see. I want to go down there and break it up, actually. Or we can intervene and maybe we can lie. I'm actually kind of hoping that we can lie about this, so I'm going to intervene. Task started, save the cut purse. Better think fast, what can I do from here? A barrel teeters at the edge. It'll sure distract him if it doesn't smash him dead. A fine idea. It's ludicrous, but I like it. Let's try it out. It's 69%. Nice. Oh yeah, success. Thank you. Whew. I was very worried about this. All right, here we go. Look. Look at this illustration. I love this. This is so funny. All right, a fine idea. It's ludicrous, but I like it. Let's go. Heavy lugger too. Must be full of moonshine. Catching him dead in the chest, he's off his feet. The cut purse watches the old badger wash away. What? We literally... Did we just kill him? Well, oh, wow. What a shot. Come along down here so I can say thanks. Alright, be down in a moment. +5 hope. There you go. We did the right thing. Cool. Alright, so let's actually get down there. How do I actually turn the camera? I don't even know how to turn the camera right now. Should probably figure that out. Is it Q or E? No. Is it middle mouse? No. It's not any of those things. I'm gonna have to check that. But not right now. Deadeye with a barrow, eh? You've no idea what a burden he was. One less double-dealing scoundrel. Glad to be rid of him. Thanks for the assistance. My name's Annika Johansson. Pleased to be acquainted. I'm Atticus Daly. That lout did show us how to make a living, but there was never any future for us, so I'm thinking of joining a circus that travels around Europe. Well, yeah, I would actually like to use spryness here, but... Actually, you know what? We could do spryness. I'll say, I loved the circus when I was younger, snuck in through the back fence where the animals were kept. I'm not sure if I love it, but it seems to be a way out. There's sadness in her voice like a heavy rain at sea, damp and in the bones. Okay, well, what's your talent then? Throwing knives. Where the wheel is spun and a living target is skillfully avoided. I practiced with Bertram till he disappeared. Now I don't know whether to look for him or leave the city. Well, what is it you still need my help with? It's about Bertram. If he's alive, I'd like to say goodbye before I leave with the circus. Okay. Well, Bertram, a close friend? My best in the city. If he's alive, I'd like to say goodbye before I leave with the circus. If you don't get to the bottom of it, you might regret it forever. Let's do it. Advice I should have taken myself. That's right. There was a woman once. When I was living in Galway. No, it's too painful. Besides, the girl is starting to stare. -5 hope. Oh no. Sir, you were drifting off there? Only a momentary lapse, I assure you. Is there any chance you'd help me find Bertie? He went missing along with his sister Julie. Bloody hell, why not? There we go, missing orphans. Oh, thank you, Mr. Daly. It isn't much, but take these cogs for your troubles. I'll see what I can find for myself, and then I'll meet with you, and we can share information, like police specials. Bully. I'd make a fine detective. +5 hope once again. Bertram and I were living down here, but now the water's too high to get to our hidey hole. With so many of us going missing, I'd better move on anyway. What about the hidey hole? We had a little safe house behind the retaining wall, but now with the pump house being serviced, the water's too high to get there. I wish I could help, but I'm not much good with engineering. No worries, thanks anyway. You're still welcome to anything we left in there. How can I find you, should we need to meet again? Yeah, we're gonna give her the card, of course. Take my visiting card in case you need to get in touch with me. I'm not often home, but you can leave a message with Anselina in the shop below my quarters. Visiting card is a calling card with personal information such as name and address. Of course, Mr. Daly. Together, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. And there we have it. Ooh, so good. Oh, the writing is extremely good. So vibrant, vivid. It just gives you every single little bit that you need to know about the current situation, even if you're not seeing anything specific on the screen at that time. And the way that they craft the story, and the way that they provide you with hints, because obviously as you just heard, you know, they basically just told you exactly what you needed to know to try and find the hidey hole. Maybe there's something back there, maybe there's some resources or something like that that you can actually go and indeed get. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you'd like to check out Sovereign Syndicate, there is a link in the description. I'd highly recommend it if you're into deep RPGs with huge amounts of character choice, and basically you're going to be able to craft whatever experience you want in this game. So good. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.